Want a natural wax melt? I can show you how to make them. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Sherry, and this is Buddy, the top dog of Lucky Dog Creations. Hello friends! Today we'll be making an easy do-it-yourself natural wax melt. Now most wax melts use soy wax or they use paraffin wax. Paraffin wax, when it is melted, it releases toxins into the air, so it is not good for you. Soy wax is more precise and it takes longer to make. You have to use a thermometer and add the coloring and the essential oils at a certain temperature. What we're going to do is we're just going to be melting a couple of ingredients and then adding the essential oil. Pour them in the mold and then stick them in the refrigerator till they solidify. Easy peasy. So let's get started, shall we? Now the first thing we are going to do is we are going to make a homemade light double boiler. I have here a pan on the stove with a couple inches of water. And then you will take a glass bowl and sit it on there. And then the water will steam the bowl and the ingredients will melt. Go ahead and turn the burner on to medium and then have it as a simmer so it doesn't burn the coconut oil. And what this uses is a half a cup of coconut oil plus 2 tablespoons and 1 ounce of beeswax. So go ahead and add the coconut oil. One half cup. And 2 tablespoons. And then next we're going to go ahead and measure the wax. I already have this zeroed out so it won't count the cup, and we'll add enough to come up to 1 ounce. Okay, and you can see that it is 1 ounce, and we'll go ahead and add that. And we're going to go ahead and let that heat up and melt, and you want to stir it with something that you don't mind that will get wax on it. A wooden spoon is good. You just don't want to use it for eating after you use it for this. The water is heating up and I can already see the condensation of the steam on the outside of the bowl, so it'll start melting pretty soon. And you want to make sure that it is fully melted before you take it off of the heat. And I'll be back after it is all mixed up and melted. The coconut milk is all melted. The beeswax is a little bit denser, and it is taking a little bit longer to melt. But if you continue to stir, it's going to melt. I kicked up the heat for a little bit, and then I turned it back down. Okay, so it looks like it is all melted. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the heat. And I laid down a silicone mat because I just got a new stove and I don't want wax all over the top of it. And I'm going to move it right over here so I can add the essential oil. Now the essential oil is, of course, what gives it its smell, and you're going to want it quite strong because it is concentrated, and it will want to be able to throw out the smell as it is melting. I am going to be using, you want to kind of hurry up and do this before it starts setting up, but it's starting that. I'm going to mix it. So I'm going to do pine needles, and I'm going to do 100 drops, which sounds like a lot, but like I said, it is going to have a big throwback. Okay, so I have 100 drops of pine needles essential oil in there. And then go ahead and stir it quite a bit. You want to make sure that it is fully through the whole thing. And then I'm going to pour this in a measuring cup so it'll be easier for me to pour into my molds. And you can use ice cube trays or little silicone molds. You want to just make sure that it'll be able to fit inside of your little wax warmer. Now, one thing about the beeswax, it is slower to melt. That if you are finding that you have a plug-in one and it takes longer for it to melt, then you want to just use a little bit less beeswax. All right, I have my measuring cup there with a spout, so I should be able to go ahead and pour that. And a good idea, and I just thought of it now, I should have had it like on a plate or something so I could just stick the whole plate without the mold bending into the refrigerator. But I didn't think of it till now. And as you can tell, the wax is already starting to set up. So I will get a couple of skulls done as well. So I have 10 of the little flowers and 3 of the skulls. We'll go ahead and put them into the refrigerator. That helps speed up the process of cooling. And then I will be back when it's ready to take them out and try them out. Okay, so my wax melts have been in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. I don't know how long would be the best amount of time, but I wanted to just make sure that they were nice and solidified. And just pop that out, and there is the skull one. Isn't that cute? And they smell like pine needles. Actually, I think they smell like pine salt. Here is one of the flowers. I already have my little wax melt with the tea light already lit. I normally use ones that's plugged into the wall, but for demonstration purposes, I went ahead and got one of these. So we'll go ahead and set that on there. See if we can get that where you can see that real well. And it looks like it's melting nicely. It doesn't have quite the scent strength that I thought it would. So next time I think I will add even more drops of essential oil, or maybe even a combination. And again, I don't know the difference, the tea lit warmers versus the plug-in ones. They may be able to heat it up differently where the scent will throw it out a little bit more. And a good way to store these is an airtight container or a Ziploc bag. And there they are in the airtight container. Aren't they cute? If you like this video, please subscribe. Hit the little bell to get notices of my future videos. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments and suggestions are always welcome. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.